Hello and welcome everyone to a new episode of the bunnies BZCast. I'm again your host Randy. The BZCast is part of bunnysign.com. Bunnysign.com is the very popular website that does the e-magazines, the monthly e-magazines, and of course now, like most of you know, the Bunnysign BZCast podcast. You'll be able to find this episode on YouTube.com. Well, all episodes actually on Soundcloud.com and on iTunes Podcast. If you subscribe to all those, they'll be immediately available to download. Again, I've said in the last couple of episodes, iTunes Podcast is a pain. Sometimes it could take about 48 hours, 2 days, 48 hours to upload to their website. So if you're subscribed, that's your preferred format, it'll be able to listen to it right away. We have a new issue coming out in just a couple of days. I'm recording this on August 29th, 2015. You guys will probably hear this in the 1st or 2nd of September. A new issue will be out September 1st. Those are always our big days. Of course, we will have a featured rescue. I'm not sure of the featured rescue yet, but we will have a featured rescue. So, again, they're always pay what you want. Or the amount that you pay gets donated straight to the rescue. So that's what Bunnies On is all about. Is all about giving you guys great bunny content and helping out the rescues, the hardest working people in the Bunnies On community. I'm sure some of you know as well. I started up Bunnies on Periscope. So on Periscope, just like our Twitter, we are at official BZine. Just a quick update. My new adopted bunny came down with like this fly larva, Cuba. It's a long name that starts with a C, Cudabra or something. She's taken care of. It was taken care of, but she's got some wounds, and that's why I haven't been doing the Periscope with her. I'll probably do that. I'll pick that up again in a couple of weeks when she's 100%. She's doing great. She's still a normal bunny self. She is a girl. I found that out when I brought her to the vet earlier in this week to get this problem taken care of. What else was I going to say? So yeah, in a couple of weeks, I will do the Periscope again. I love doing that with you guys. The first Periscope, when I introduced her, we had like over 60 viewers, and like the other episodes that we did, we had like 20, 18, 17. So that was a really nice boost. So thank you guys for watching. Those are a lot of fun. That was always a goal of ours, was to do live broadcasts for the BZCast. I actually wanted to do this live. I thought that'd be pretty cool. But internet is not set up in the house yet. It will be set up later this week. So I'll try to do that like in the first month. I'll explain later. There will be a Bunnies On BZCast break for about a month and a half. The next BZCast episode, I think it'd be really cool to do it live on Periscope and, while recording it for YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes podcast. So that's the goal. I think that'd be really fun for you guys to get to watch, different option to watch it or watch it again later, kind of like DVR. Talk for a minute about the tribute issues that Dustin put together. Dustin's gone through a lot. If you guys didn't know, through the Facebook page, Dustin had 2 bunnies lost, and his family, his little bunny named Grayson, and then his personal, his personal bunny, Pancakey, went over the bridge just in like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. My heart goes out to him to make these issues for Reggie and Tommy, and then have, to lose 2 bunnies. It's just really sad. I can't imagine how much that hurts. I know losing, because it's got to be really tough to make these tribute issues. For Reggie and Tommy, special bunnies, that meant a lot to the bunny community. We all love their their Facebook pages, the pictures, the videos, and then to have this kind of loss. Again, Dustin, my heart goes out to you, buddy. The bunny community and the Bunnies On team, we're all here for you. So I just wanted to say that to Dustin. I want to just give that guy a big hug. he's all the way in Canada. I'm in Illinois, but if I saw him, I'd just give him a big hug. Before I bring in our guest, our social media pages are just Bunnyzine on Facebook. We are at official Bunnyzine on Instagram, and then we are official Bzine on Twitter. So follow us, like us. The Instagram, just because of like a lot of busy stuff going on. I'll explain at the end of the episode. Instagram hasn't been that active in like the last week and a half, but I'll do a couple of posts on there as well. Twitter is usually pretty active. The Facebook is the most active out of the group. Okay, I will be bringing in my special guest. My special guest is the author of Tales from Hunter Hollow. She is Annie-Laurie Hunter. And Annie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing really well. So you have to fill us in on this book.
Well, I got Bunny Dictate straight out of Microsoft. I'm sure that's where it came from. So I can have all these little conversations with my bunnies, and they can talk to me. And really, I am sane. And so I started writing them down and sharing them with people, and I had some bunnies that had to have status reports, and so I had the bunnies write their own status reports and send them in, and finally somebody said, you need to make this into a book, and so I did. And all the money from Tales from Hunter Hollow goes to pay for the foster bunnies that are here at my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the bunnies wrote the book, and the bunnies benefit from the book.
Oh, that's really cool. What so it's like conversations with you with the bunny book, or they just like kind of
they have conversations amongst themselves,
okay,
or poetry that they write, or stories that they tell.
It's a really cool perspective that I don't think a lot of us have thought about. Of course, all of us think about our bunnies at home, and making sure that they're okay. But you always kind of wonder what they think, what they're always thinking.
And this book really captures what they're thinking about and exploring the world. And there have been a lot of baby bunnies, so they learn about things and how do we do stuff. And then there's older bunnies, and they've got a different set of wisdom. And all the bunnies are foster bunnies, so they're all looking for home. They've all come from someplace. They're all in transition to going somewhere else. So it's an interesting time with the bunnies.
No, I bet. I mean, that's a really nice positive thing, a really nice thought that you came up with for the foster bunnies. How many foster bunnies do you usually, watch over?
Over 300 bunnies have been here.
Oh, wow.
Last winter there were actually 46, which is way, way, way too many, but it's just how things happen.
Yeah.
I had 2 bunnies come in pregnant, and so then, of course, they had their litters, so, you end up with a bunch of bunnies.
Oh, my gosh.
Right now, I've got 16 bunnies here. 4 of them are going away. They're just vacationing here, so they'll leave on Monday, and then I've got 9 bunnies coming in next Sunday from Gwinnett, Georgia.
Oh my gosh.
They're part of the Gwinnett, Georgia had to do a confiscation of about 200 bunnies.
Oh yeah, I remember this. We were, we were sharing this on Facebook and Twitter, and for people that, hey, Georgia needs help.
Georgia needs help. Well, we answered the call. So
yeah.
9 of those bunnies, a mom and 6 babies, and then 2 young females, will be coming up here next Sunday.
Now, is that like their HRS down there?
Foster here, and then they will go to the shelter, our shelter.
Okay.
They're not going back to Georgia. They're going to stay up here in upstate New York, and they'll be adopted through the shelter here.
Okay, that's
after
what.
They're spayed and neutered.
Is that with like Georgia HRS down there, right? They were the ones.
Georgia HRS coordinated, and Central New York SPCA answered the call.
That's awesome. That's going to be a big responsibility, but that's so awesome of you to help them out in such a terrible situation.
I'm just glad that we could help. We've got a system right now. We've got a community that's accepting bunnies, and we have about a bunny a week is adopted through our shelter.
Okay.
So that's we're doing really well with the adoptions. In fact, I think we had 4 bunnies adopted this past week.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. So we still have more to be adopted. There's 16 bunnies at the shelter. There's 4 foster bunnies here that need to find homes. We've got one special needs bunny who needs somebody who can take care of his teeth on an ongoing basis. Young bunny, wonderful bunny, but he has a tooth problem. So he's hanging out here until we can find somebody who wants him.
Okay.
But overall, I'm just delighted that we can help. We're at a point where we can do that. So
now, what is the one more time and the exact rescue? Like people can look online for these fosters.
It's the CNYSPCA.
Okay. That just for if anyone that's like in the New York, upstate New York area that would want to give a bunny forever a home, a forever home.
That's right. Yeah, they would go to the CNYSPCA. The bunnies are all spayed or neutered before they're adopted out.
Awesome. Now, I just wanted to. I know I didn't tell you this in the pre-show, but it just popped up in my head. So you got to give us a little bit of background on how you became such a big bunny helper.
I'm allergic to most things, and so I can't go near cats or dogs or anything. So the high school aptitude test that said I'd make a great veterinarian didn't take in that minor consideration. But I'm not incredibly allergic to bunnies. I'm allergic to them, but not incredibly allergic to them. You can medicate me beyond the point of dying. So I ended up with a bunny. And after that bunny passed away, I, got another bunny. And then another bunny, and then ended up fostering bunnies, and then left the organization I was fostering with initially and started working with the SPCA because I really liked the idea of bunnies being visible to the public.
Yeah.
And the shelter being a place where people can go and see the bunnies, meet the bunnies, and adopt from there. The whole concept of bunnies always being in foster homes and being adopted from foster homes, well, nobody ever sees them.
Yeah.
This way the public sees them, and you've got to have proper care at the shelter and all those things, but I was able to help make that happen, and so I'm sort of like the back room for the shelter. The bunnies that are not yet ready for adoption are at my house, and when they're ready for adoption and there's room at the shelter, you plug the bunnies in and into all the open slots, and then they can get adopted out. But if people don't see them, they don't adopt them.
Yeah.
And so that's the model that I worked with them to develop, and it's working nicely. So that's how I got into it. Professionally, I'm a home inspector.
Okay.
So I go out and look at people's houses before they buy them. But when I'm not doing that, I'm taking care of bunnies or writing. And occasionally sleeping. I do that too.
Oh, we all got to sleep a little. So you actually brought up right to my next point, and that's you kind of do like rehabilitation with bunnies that need it before they can be adopted, right?
Yes. Yeah. So things like Cheeto, who's got his teeth problem, and then some bunnies we can't rehabilitate, and they live their lives here.
Oh.
So there's 8 bunnies here that will live out their lives. Of them, 2 of them I chose, and the rest chose to stay.
Man, that's a lot of time for for a lot of bunnies that you got to give time to on top of everything else, right?
Yes. But it's all a matter of we all make priorities in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a firm believer that everyone should do something to make the world a better place. Whatever it is that you want to do to make the world a better place. And if everybody did what they could do, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, that's you hit the nail on the head with that. I don't think you can. I think that's everybody's, not everybody's, obviously, but I think that's a lot of our goals is to do what little, every little thing adds up to something that could be something great.
Yep.
That,
And, for me, I take care of bunnies. And that's what I do for the world. They're not foster children. I work. The bunnies, you can leave them with a bowl of bunny chow and some water and some hay, and they'll make their own peanut butter jelly sandwich for lunch, so to speak. The kid, it seems you're supposed to make it for them. Mm-hmm. And I'm working. Sometimes I'm working 16, 18-hour days. So I can't have a child, not in that kind of schedule. But bunnies I can do. So it's a matter of what can you do?
Yeah. Now with the book, we were posting on the Facebook page, giving our listeners a heads up about the recording that was going on tonight. And I posted your Facebook page. I just want to know if you wanted to go into detail about the Facebook page.
Sure. The Facebook page is Tales from Hunter Hollow. And if people can go there and like the page. And I'm sure that the bunnies would like that, because when we hit certain goals, the bunnies get treats.
Oh.
And if you go to the Facebook page, the bunny on the front of it is actually Charlie, who's still looking for a home with his little helicopter ears.
Oh. Really cool.
And Charlie's quite the philosophical bunny. Some of the bunnies that are still on there, 42 got adopted today.
Oh, okay.
A little update. A lot of the bunnies that are in the first Tales from Hunter Hollow have been adopted, but some of them are still there. They're still waiting for homes. So, hopefully people will adopt them. But Charlie's a really nice bunny. He's looking for a home. And I believe Skylar's still looking for a home. Casper's still looking for a home. There's a bunch of them that still need homes. Sometimes it takes a little while.
Yeah.
But, Piper still needs a home.
I asked you this question before the show, and you probably can't give me like a clear answer because you're in upstate New York. But this was about the New York and the city, but that wouldn't really apply towards you specifically. But what's the support system like in upstate New York, or for what if you know anything in New York for abandoned bunnies? Is there a lot of rescues? Is there a good support system as far as spreading the news on abandoned bunnies, that kind of thing?
If there's an abandoned bunny in my region, they come here.
Okay.
They come straight here.
Okay.
In fact, that's how Blackberry got here. He was found hopping around an apartment complex, and the people brought him to the shelter in a milk crate. And Blackberry was at the time about 10 pounds. If you can imagine a 10-pound bunny in a milk crate. And he was way over the top. And we packed him. I was already at the shelter for something else. And we just put him right into my car, and he came here. And then Blackberry got a little bit older and went and got neutered. He was a challenge because, being that big, I don't have a cage big enough to hold him.
Yeah.
My biggest cage is a 3-foot square, and he can't be in a 3-foot square. And putting him in an X pen, well, he just went over the top. So, anyway, we got him neutered, and the person at at the vet center, at the vets really loved him and thought he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and adopted him until he ate their cat's ears. And then he came back here, and so Blackberry now lives here. And he is like a puppy.
Is that,
He's in the house and out of the house, and
is he
will live out his life here as a puppy.
Is he like he's got to be bigger now than 10 pounds, right?
He's about 15 pounds. Yeah, he's a Flemish giant, so he still has another year to grow.
Oh.
Well, another 6 months. Yeah.
I love him. I've said it on the show in the past, and I've talked about him a little more. And that was my Milo who passed away last October. He's a big Flemish giant, like 14 and a half, 15 pounds. So I've always been biased.
I big bunnies, there's still people overlook the big bunnies for the little bunnies, and little ones just get adopted so much faster, but the big ones are just so much more fun.
It is the complete opposite in Illinois. I have no idea why. The girl that I just adopted, I'm not entirely sure of the breed. I'm kind of rolling with the name Lola, but that's not finalized. So Lola is, I have no idea what the breed is, but she might be bigger because her ears are kind of bigger. She's like 6 months old, and she only weighs like maybe 4 or 5 pounds. But
she's a tiny tot.
Yeah, she's pretty tiny now, but like her feet are kind of getting bigger, and her ears are kind of getting bigger before like everything else. So I'm not sure if that's a sign or not of like a bigger breed. She's like dark gray and black. I have no idea. I just have to play the waiting game, on time to see, what she grows into. But yeah, believe me, if I was in upstate, I probably would have adopted Blackberry right away, because I don't know what it is in Illinois. There's just like, I've gone to so many rescues looking for a Flemish, and they're just, they'll last for like a day or two and then be adopted right away.
Well, we won't put the Flemish in the shelter.
Yeah.
Because they don't have cages big enough. And the New Zealand Whites we won't put in the shelter either, because they're just not, they'll stay here until somebody says, I want a New Zealand White or I want a Flemish.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough room at the shelter to accommodate them.
Okay.
They need too much room.
Well, if I ever end up
They're a special order bunny.
Yeah, if I ever... Now, the New Zealand thing, is that... I hate to bring this up, but I know there's like a special... Sometimes a special thing with New Zealand because of the whole Whole Foods situation. Is that play any part in it, or...
No.
Okay.
No, not here. We don't have Whole Foods here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're rescued as meat rabbits and stuff, and somebody saves them because they were going to be a meat rabbit. Because, that's what they were originally bred for. But that's not why we don't put them at the shelter. They're just too big. Once you hit 10 pounds, you can't cage them in the cages that we have for them.
Yeah.
It's just not humane. So they'll stay here in other accommodations. Okay. Just so that they're, kept in an appropriate situation.
Well, if I ever come through New York, I'll have to definitely give you a call to see if Blackberry is still there.
Blackberry is never being. He's here. He's never leaving here.
Oh, okay.
This is home for him now.
Okay.
It wouldn't be appropriate at this point. He's been here, and this is home. He's a free-range bunny.
Okay.
Indoors, outdoors. He does whatever he wants. In fact, he goes and visits the neighbors once in a while. Come back 10 minutes later, like, hi. The neighbors don't mind. He doesn't mind. But that's if they go up and cleaning out the garage, which is where the foster bunnies are kept in a heated garage.
Yeah.
And so I'll have the doors open to do that. And he'll go out the front door and go visit the neighbors. And 20 minutes later, he's back. It's like, oh hi, did you miss me? And same thing with Mary. She'll go out the front door and check things out, and then she'll come back 10 minutes later. Oh hi, that was nice. I'll go in the backyard now.
We're definitely gonna have to see some, maybe, if you would want, see some pictures or videos of these active bunnies.
And they're all over the place. Let me tell you, they just some of them go inside and outside. Like Blackberry and Mary are inside outside bunnies. They're in and out all day long.
Okay.
And bear in mind before people freak out, they have bunny doors so they can always come inside.
Okay.
They have a reverse aviary to protect from hawks. We have a fence and an electric fence. So they're in a pretty secure area, and they can always come in. And then you have Camellia, who is always outside, almost always outside, by her choice.
Okay.
You know, she'll come in a little bit, but that's it. She won't come in the house. She'll only go in the garage once in a while. And then I've got, 5 other bunnies that are running around that never go outdoors. The door's there. It's open,
Yeah.
It's all their choice.
No, whatever
they want to do, so long as I can keep it safe.
Yeah,
They'll live out their lives here. It's not like they've got, somewhere else to go.
No, it's a really nice setup for those bunnies. It sounds like a perfect living space for them.
I try. And tomorrow everybody's going outside. I've got the day off and an odd day off I wasn't expecting. And so right after breakfast, all the bunnies will go outside. The fosters will all go in enclosures in the backyard under the reverse aviary, so they can be outdoors all day. And I'll do some more writing on Tales from Hunter Hollow too.
Cool. Is there
coming out this fall?
Oh, I was actually just about to ask that. I was just going to ask you if there was like a date that you had aimed for to release it.
I'm hoping to have it done by Thanksgiving.
Cool. We will. Keep in real. Can't talk. We will definitely be waiting for that one. Is there a particular? I forgot to ask this in the beginning. Is there a particular website for people to find the first book?
Tales from Hunter Hollow is available on Amazon.
Okay.
Either as a book or a Kindle, or if they want an autographed copy, they can go to www.hunterhollowquilts.etsy.com.
Cool.
And then they can get an autographed copy.
Really cool. There's a lot of fun bunny stuff on Etsy that we've come across a lot. So that's kind of nice. Now the closing thing that I asked you about in the pre-show was, were there any bunny messages that the bunnies wanted to share with the listeners through you?
And I checked in with them, and Charlie wants everybody to go out and get a big bunny. Because he wants a home.
Aw.
He's been waiting a while, and he really wants a home.
Okay. And one more time on just one more time before we close out again, for people that are interested in adopting the bunnies that you're fostering, on the rescue or the website.
It would be CNY-SPCA.
Cool.
Central New York SPCA.
Well, awesome. That's pretty much it. Unless you had is there anything else that you wanted to share on the Bunnies on BZCast?
I just want to thank you for having me as a guest. This was really a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. No, it was a really lot of fun. Thank you for your patience I was, messaging you beforehand about changing the times, and it was actually really hard. I think you were like, someone, Chris in the group, give a quick shout out to Chris and the Bunny Design Development team, recommended you as a guest, and it was a really good recommendation.
Well, thank you.
You're one of the many bunny heroes that I like talking to on this show.
Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed the bunnies.
I'm glad, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
We will we're looking forward for that second book.
Should be out by Thanksgiving. I get tomorrow off, so I'll be working on it.
Awesome.
Should be several hundred pages of bunny conversations and haiku and lots of fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Annie, for your time, and you have a nice night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. Wanted to thank you guys. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode as we're like 30 minutes in. I'd like to thank Annie-Laurie Hunter, as I try to spit that out, for being a guest on the show. Again, that Tales from Hunter Hollow is on Amazon. If you have a Kindle Fire, I'm sure it's available also for the Kindle Fire. Download that. All the money which this is really commendable, because you can sell this book and make money for your own profit, but she does it for her foster bunnies, which is an amazing thing. And to have, I think she said 16 foster bunnies, that's just that's just crazy. That's a lot of work. She's like her own little rescue, and she's definitely a really dedicated person. Like I said to her at the end, these have been really fun guests to talk to. Like Ann Martin in the very first episode of the BZCast. As she's like a bunny superhero. With all this stuff she's done at the National HRS and all the stuff that Annie is doing in upstate New York. I told Annie before the show it's the first time I talked to anyone in the New York area, so that was kind of like a cool first. I will close out with my PBSA and my outro for the show. My PBSA, again, that's what I've tried to close out every episode with. My public bunny service announcement is I talked about the tribute issues that Dustin created for Tommy and Reggie, two very popular, beautiful bunnies that went over the Rainbow Bridge just a few weeks ago. They're really, really beautiful issues. You'll probably laugh and cry. I know I did. I laughed at some of the really goofy pictures and things, and I cried a little bit, and that's because it kind of reminded me of my own bunny that passed away last October. It's almost been a year for me, and I adopted again just a little over a week ago. I've had Lola, as I've been calling her. Lola, it's not enough. I guess it's not official, but whatever. Her name is Lola. I've had Lola for a little over a week now, and it's been amazing. It's been awesome to be a bunny parent again. I missed it. Definitely missed it. But what my key point is the tribute. I think it's a really cool thing to do if your bunny has passed away recently, to do a tribute for your own bunny, whether it's making, what is the thing they call it, with like a picture book with little sayings on it, making a video, putting a video together and editing it. Those are like the two most common forms I've seen, but they're always really beautiful and nice. I'm trying to think of anything else. Some people have done like statues. Some people, I don't know if all of you guys know the story of Patricia's bunny. She's on the bridge. If you're in the Bridge Bunnies Forever in Our Hearts group, and you know Patricia's bunny story, it's a horrific story, and basically her bunny's ashes ended up in a river and not home to her, out of just someone disgracefully misplacing her bunny's ashes. And she got this special rock with her bunny's name on it. His name was Reno, and set it down in the river. I thought that was a really, really beautiful tribute for her bunny. She could just walk over to that and see that and just kind of, laugh and think about Reno. I personally made a YouTube video. I think it's called Remembering Milo. It's on my own personal YouTube account. It's about 4 minutes long. It's to that the background music is the really sad P Diddy song. It took me hours to make it, and I cried making most of it. I mean, like, it took me like 3 hours to make it because my editing skills are horrible. But I don't regret any second of it, because every once in a while, outside of looking at pictures and videos on my phone that I will never delete, I'll always keep them on there, and I'll keep transferring them from phone to phone. And I also have them uploaded to my computer. Outside of all that, I have that YouTube video on YouTube, and it's forever there. So I think that's something really cool to do. Again, it's that kind of thing isn't for everyone, but if you ever thought about it, I think it's a really nice thing to do for your bunny. Like I said before, with a picture book, little sayings, and maybe dates of, like, special days, couch days, lazy days, gotcha days. Gotcha days are the best. Or making a video. Like like, that's all my YouTube is like racing stuff and Milo videos, and that's all my YouTube channel is. I think it's just Randy Hayes on there. I don't even remember. I don't really upload a lot of stuff on my personal YouTube channel, but that's all it is. It's like probably 4 or 5 Milo videos and a couple other random little videos. But in case you know how computers and phones are, with someone with viruses and someone trying to steal your stuff, or phones just kind of wig out, and you can lose your stuff. I think like something like YouTube, or making a special file and putting it on like a USB flash drive. That's why I put it on YouTube, just so it's like forever there. In case it ever gets deleted off my computer or phone, I can just go to youtube.com and look it up. Just a little video, and it just makes me laugh because he was such an awesome goofball. I almost said little, but he was a Flemish giant, but such a little goofball. So that is my PBSA, and that is just, and to sum it up, it doesn't even have to be a bunny that's passed away. Maybe you can just make a tribute to how awesome your bunny is, how special he or she is in your heart, and just make a little picture book, make a video. I think those are really fun, and at the end of the day, when that time comes that we all don't want to think about or talk about, to where that bunny leaves us, you'll have something special to look at and to smile about, laugh about, maybe cry about a little bit. I love them. So now going into my outro, there will be a BZCast break. Probably if I had to guess, probably about a month. I'm aiming for beginning of October to do another episode. I actually have a guest lined up who couldn't do an episode this weekend, so who would be more available down the road, and I think I'm gonna line that guest up to do an episode for the beginning of October. It doesn't mean I won't be on Periscope. I'll probably be on Periscope throughout September. So you can think of it as like a break on a TV show. How TV shows will be in the middle of seasons, and they'll just take like 2 months off. I'm aiming to do another episode and release it to you guys in the beginning of October. Like I said, there won't be anything really for September outside of Periscope episodes and so forth, because I'm getting married September 4th, and I'm leaving for Las Vegas a couple of days after that. I'll be gone for a week, about four nights. So it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on in personal life, to where the BZCast will just have to take a break. I will still, of course, be involved with the Bunny Zine team and any help that I can help them with, or anything I can help them with making issues for like October's issue and all that stuff. Again, make sure you guys download that new issue that comes out September 1st. And again, if you every dollar counts. I said it to our guest Annie. Every dollar counts. Every the penny dollar counts that you donate to that rescue. It adds up, and the rescues need a lot of our help. Dustin is aiming, and it looks like it's going to happen as I'm recording this now. I don't know if it's 100% going to happen, but I think it's going to happen. Bunny's Eye will be at Midwest Bun Fest. I think that's October 3rd. Let me take 2 seconds to clarify that, because I'm pretty sure it's over a weekend. And of course, when I'm looking for this, I cannot find my there's my calendar. Duh. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, October 3rd is a Saturday, so I think that's October 3rd is Midwest Bun Fest. That's in Columbus, Ohio. And I think Bunny's Eye, so I think it's almost 100%. Like, yes, that Bunny's Eye will be there. Dustin will be there representing us. So if you're going to October 3rd to Midwest Bun Fest, look out for us. Maybe we'll have like a little booth or something, or just keep your eye out for Dustin. I think Dustin will be wearing like a Bunny's Eye shirt or something, which I won't be able to. It looks like I won't be able to attend. It's not out of the question, but it looks like I won't be able to attend. But Dustin will be there in attendance, and I know that will be really fun. Again, we are at official Bunny's Eye on Instagram. We are Bunny's Eye on Facebook, and we are at official B's Eye on Periscope and Twitter. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. It has been too long since I did a recording, about 2 weeks. You should look out for this, as you're going to be listening to this, so it doesn't really matter, but it should be coming out Tuesday the 2nd, or at the very latest Wednesday the 3rd, or not Wednesday the 3rd, I'm sorry, Wednesday the 2nd or Tuesday the 1st. Sorry about that, got the dates mixed up. So again, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, the formats are to find the Bunny's Eye BZCast. This episode and the previous episodes are on Soundcloud.com, iTunes Podcast, and YouTube.com. Just search Bunny's Eye BZCast in any of those three, and we'll come up. And again, subscribe to any of those. If you're on any of those, like if you have a YouTube account, iTunes account, or a SoundCloud account, just subscribe. It'll be available right away. Also, we are one more thing I almost forgot before I close out. The BZCast is still looking for a sponsor just to cover any costs and future develop the show. If you visit bunnieseye.com and navigate down to the toolbar to the BZCast tab, and then you scroll down to the bottom of that page, the info for sponsoring the BZCast is on there. With an email, I think it's officialbunnieseye@gmail.com, something along those lines. It's on the bottom of the page. We're looking for a sponsor to cover costs of the podcast. And that's pretty much it for you. Wish me luck on my wedding day, guys. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I don't think it was a goal of ours a long time ago to have Milo included in our wedding, but he was, an adult bunny. Lola is only like 6 months old, so I don't think I'm going to involve anything with Lola on the wedding day. She's very shy and nervous. I wouldn't want to do anything to like pressure her with a bunch of people around her and all that. It just wouldn't be fair to her. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for listening. Wish me luck on my wedding day. Can't talk. And stay tuned for the Periscope posts that I'll post on Facebook and Twitter. And I'll be doing live videos. I'll definitely be on Periscope doing videos with Lola. You know, she's gonna be my new little. She's like my new little star. So that's pretty much it. For like probably the 5th time I'm saying this. Thank you guys for listening. Hug your bunnies. Bunnies rule. You guys have a nice night. Have a good day whenever you're listening to this. Take care. Bye-bye.